Alright, we got all our stuff to mount this GMRS antenna. I'm going to be using C-View retrofit cable seal. I have the Nagoya NMO 200C, very popular on the internet, coupled with the Nagoya antenna RB-50 Magnetic Mount. But I'm also going to use DAP Auto Marine Sealant. But first, I'm going to plasti dip this gray cover black, because I think that'll look a lot better.
Come on, MacGyver.
So you have your mount with the rubber seal that goes underneath, some screws, and some rubber drill bits that we will probably end up using. It looks like this one right here, because you want it a little smaller than the cable so it gives it good pressure to seal it up. Alright, we're going to be using Plasti Dip Black. I've actually used this stuff in the past to do wheels on cars. Actually did a whole car in it once. Pretty nice, but just kind of like a plastic seal, rubber seal. So we're just going to do a little light cover, and we're just going to wait a few minutes to put on a second coat. So you just want to get it a little wet, but not completely covered. Alright, I just did the third and final coat of Plasti Dip on the cover. Now we need to size up what drill bit tube we're going to use. I'm going to use that one. It's slightly smaller than the cable. Alright, got a battery. We're going to drill slowly through this. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure. See how this works. I feel it moving down a little bit. It's kind of a little harder than I thought it was going to be, so it's just taking a while. So we're just going to hold it in our hand and hopefully drill it through soon. The instructions did say to use soapy water, but I don't have any water out here. It's got to be pretty soon. I see it coming. Slowly but surely. There she is. All right. Woo, a little warm. We're just going to pull that off. There we go. All right, got the hole. Oh, that's going to be perfect. So we can run that cable through there. Next step, once we got the hole drilled, we're just going to slice a slit down the side through to the hole, so we can run get the cable inside. There we go. There. Done with that. Let's see how it fits. Alright. Put the cable into the middle. Alright, looks pretty good. It's going to get pretty snug on there. So when we put the cable in and mount it up, it's going to get compressed. The rubber's going to compress around the cable. No water is going to get through there. So never used one of these before. I like it. It just started raining outside, so I don't think we're going to be able to put this on the roof today, but we can at least get things started. So we're just going to slide this piece on. It's a little hard, but just a little whack with something. Alright, we're just going to whack it all the way down then. a rubber mallet. I'm not using much pressure, just kind of just tap it in, tap it, tap, tap. All right, perfect. So once you drill it in to the top of the car, we're gonna lay this down. This goes on here. We plug that in, and then we clamp it together, and that just creates a big, a real nice seal on that. So, dang rain ruins all my fun. All right, we're going to be testing the Midland MXTA Micro Mobile. We're just trying to find what spot is going to be the best on the truck. So right now I'm just going to try center and get a reading on that. All right, we're doing the Midland MXTA26 Micro Mobile. We're going to do a power test. Radio test, radio test, radio, radio, radio. All right, so we're pushing 33 watts, 1.81. I'm gonna go switch the antenna place. All right, next I got the Nagoya NMO 200C, and we're gonna give that a shot. All right, radio, testing the Nagoya NMO 200C. Radio test, radio test, radio test. Pushing 26 watts at 2.4. I'm not really happy with 2.4. So let's go move the antenna to a different location. Split it over slightly, giving it a, I don't know, more clearance for the ground plane. So we'll test that one. All right, we just moved the antenna over. We're gonna see if it does anything different, if we get a better VSWR. Radio test, radio test, radio test. 2.4. All right, Midland, it is. All right, I think we're gonna mount this box right here outside of the rib. So I'm just gonna drill a hole, a starter hole. And then we can use this to fit the antenna hole in, or the antenna end in. Okay, so we need the hole as big as the antenna end. And there we are. It's right in. All right, so we ran the cable through, cleaned off the area around it. So we got this seal on the outside. I'm actually gonna use some I forgot to cut that marine seal. On the outside of it first. There she goes. Oops. Oh. And then we're going to put these in around the hole. So that goes on top. That goes on there. We're going to slide it over. Like, better safe than sorry. I'm going to drill little mini pilot holes. There we go, there's one. Okay. Don't want to use too much pressure, just strip the metal, so we're just getting it tight. There we go. So if you see on the inside here, we're just going to slide. I'm just going to put some sealant in here just in case. I know none of this is needed, but I just feel like I want a little extra in there. Put some around the inside. This is all a giant mess, but we're going to slide that in, help slide and close up the bushing, or close up the seal. All right, let me take our cover, and we're gonna just screw that down. Alright, we're gonna loose or tighten everything down. It's gonna compress that rubber grommet. No water's gonna get in there. Alright. I'm using the wrong head for this, but alright, so that's what that looks like. It should be watertight. Yeah, I just put a bunch of sealant on the antenna before I mount it down. And that's it, we're done. It's a giant mess. Nothing went really according to plan, so just wipe the sealant off from around there. And hopefully once that dries, it'll be pretty stuck down. And no one sees the top of my roof anyway. Okay, so we have our cable. We're just gonna run it through here. Pull off this trim back here, and then run it all the way down. Pull this piece off, and then underneath the floor to the radio. All right, so I actually changed my mind. I did run the wire down here, but since I have full floor mats, I just ran it under there to the center console and underneath, and pop back out right into the radio. So there's a little more of the wiring. That's run straight to the battery, grounded on the little frame piece. So the only thing is, gotta remember to shut the radio off when you leave the truck. All right, it's been a couple days since I put the antenna through the roof, so I decided a good way to test it is to go through a car wash. So we are starting the car wash right this minute. Touchless. No leaks. All right, guys, we did the test through a car wash. No leaks. Got the radio installed. I'm very happy with it, and if you want to help support our channel, hit like, share, and if you could, purchase these products through the affiliate links I post in the description. I don't post anything I don't use myself. All right, take care, guys.